do this one.
Palm straight through and then jump to the clock.
Well, let's straight through.
Yeah.
Let's do palm length twice.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Ah, crap.
Does this palm have an introduction we do before we start? Okay. Go ahead.
No intro on palm.
No intro?
Just go right on the top.
This year is all screwed up.
It's an opportunity for Eric.
No. The first one goes directly to G.
All right, now I'm getting nervous. No, because if you're nervous, that's gonna make me nervous. It's just because I'm sick, bro.
The procession is arriving. Please clear the aisles and find your seats.
Can you comment before we do it, just so we can be set up? And it's acapella, right? Or we're just everything is acapella. Who are you? I have to tell you, if it was ever a local theater that was doing Mamma Mia, I would have immediately. I'd been there. Like, I would put all my anxieties aside and I'd. I got it.
Good morning and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession of the Mount Ida College 2016 commencement is beginning. The procession is led by the college marshal, Professor Roberta Steinberg from the School of Social Sciences and Humanities. Professor Steinberg will be followed by class valedictorian Ms. Cassie Durand and the class officers leading the student procession. Following the students, the faculty and the platform party will process. Please remain standing until the entire procession has reached their seats and the program has officially begun.
Good morning. Is anyone freezing out there? It is much better under this tent than it was right out there. My name is Mike Burns. I'm the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, and I would like to welcome you all here today. You made it. It's freezing, but I need you to let out a scream to warm up right now. Woo! Thank you. It's my distinct honor to present to you all Barry Brown, who is the Master of Ceremonies and the leader of this institution. Barry is a lawyer. I know his name, I really do. He's a real estate expert. He's an educator. He's the guy that is leading the vitality and charge at this institution. I'd like you all to warmly welcome Barry Brown, President, Mount Ida College.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's all stay standing now as we hear the national anthem sung by Abby Sitt, class of 2018, and Sarah McKnight, class of 2019. The national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Should they stand for the invocation? If you'd remain standing for a moment now, I'd like to introduce a dear, dear friend, Bishop Joe Morris Doss, former Episcopal Bishop of New Jersey, and now founding president of At the Threshold in New Orleans, Louisiana, and one of our honorary degree recipients, will now deliver the invocation. Bishop Doss.
I've never had a pause for prayer before. I like it. Let us be in prayer. Almighty God, who created us in your own image and who calls us to serve rather than to be served, we offer you our most hearty thanks for those who teach and those who learn, and especially for the faculty, administration, and students of Mount Ida College. We thank you for the blessing of family and friends, and for the loving care and support that surrounds us on every side, exemplified with painful clarity in the response of this entire and unified community in the tragedy of Michael Peter Mazza's sudden death. Most especially, we raise our hearts in gratitude for the graduating class of 2016. We thank you for setting them tasks in their society which will demand their best efforts, and for leading them to accomplishments that will satisfy and delight them. We ask that you continue to guide their way forth as strong leaders, tireless, seeking the common good, loving and nurturing their fellow human beings near and far, attending to your work with integrity, and always striving to goals of justice and peace to the honor of your name. Amen.
Please be seated, and let's get going. What a beautiful day, and thanks to all of you for being here, students, graduates, parents, friends. To Reverend Doss, we are grateful for your words of faith and inspiration, for coming from New Orleans to us today. Bet it's a little warmer in New Orleans. To our distinguished Board of Trustees, who've guided this institution as it grows and reaches its rightful prominence. I'm going to ask those trustees to rise so that you can all give them a round of applause. Would you stand up, please, members of our board? To our dedicated faculty, administrators, staff, and coaches who've helped bring each and every one of you to this wonderful moment, could you please stand now, faculty, administrators, and staff, to be honored by our graduates. To our honorary degree recipients on this stage, Steve Pemberton, Jody Rose, and Bishop Doss, please rise and be acknowledged by the students and those here today. To family and friends in our audience, we're here to celebrate you every bit as much as the graduates who are about to receive their degrees. Your help and support and determination, as much as our students, have been crucial to their success. And finally, and you probably didn't think I was going to get to you, to the students who are right here, I won't forget you, but first, I need to hear a little bit from you. The chairman asked for a little noise. I am too Good morning, Mustangs. Now, good morning, Mustangs. All of you say that. Warm yourself up. Good morning, Mustangs. Good morning, Mustangs. Oh, come on. Was last night a rough night? Yeah, all right. Let's try again, will you? Good morning, Mustangs. Good morning, Mustangs. There you go. All right. So I'm going to ask you to endure a little while longer, not hours, not days, not years, as when you first came upon this campus, but just a few minutes. It's our last chance before we let you out into a world that will be yours and not ours. While it's an ending for us, this is your commencement, your beginning, your hard-fought and duly earned, and one which we will soon hear your voices and learn from you rather than the other way around. But for a short moment, we can still give you some advice. You are, after all, very special to us. And particularly, as I've said over the past few days, very special to me. You and I started here the same year. You and I have seen extraordinary changes that have occurred on this campus. New buildings, new programs, better dining hall food, well, you know. It's a new spirit at Mount Ida. You've suffered some challenging times. Hurricanes, blizzards, a riot, me calling you all into the old Wingate Hall and yelling at you. Sleeping in the gym, eating cold food, but you've persevered. Why? Yeah, why? Because you're tough, you're smart, you're very funny, you're creative, you occasionally get in trouble, you burn down a forest or two. The ones who burned down the forest still here? Are they? So at the same moment that you frustrate us, you amaze us with your creativity, your brilliance, and your kindness. You've set records on our athletic fields, participating and winning championships, and making the Mustangs a force in college athletics beyond our size. You've helped kids graduate from West Roxbury High School and be the first ones in their family to go to college. You've worked 3 jobs while studying for exams. You designed the most beautiful clothing, interiors, graphics, and animation that I've ever seen. You've helped over 400 children on a daily basis in dental clinics in Peru and cared for animals in Belize. You're tough, you're proud, you're resilient, and you've helped put this college on a national map and helped us grow on a path of greatness. So we are at once so sad to see you go, and at the same time, we're eager for your success. Please know that we will miss every one of you. We'll follow you as you make great lives, great families, and great communities. We ask only that you use the same determination that we saw here to strive for greatness. Don't be fooled by the outside world. Guard yourselves against cynicism that leads to loss of hope, and hold on to your belief that the human condition can improve through your individual efforts. Finally, bring the compassion that you've shown to each other here over the past years to the outside world. You are, as a group, the kindest people that I know. Your kindness is extraordinary, and kindness is the best of all human qualities. So please consider your future, but return to this college to mentor and teach those who come after you. Let them know how to navigate the world outside and the joy that comes in making a difference in work, in family, in friends, and in your community. We hope we have taught you well. It's now your job to teach us. So this is your beginning, your commencement, and as you depended on us, we shall now begin to depend on you. Lead us in the right direction, take us to a few new places, stay caring and stay funny. And we are so proud. We are so proud. In the words of that wonderful poet, Wiz Khalifa, I'll tell you about it when I see you again. Everything I went through, you were standing here by me, by my side. I don't do it as well as he does, but give me a break, okay? I'll tell you about it when I see you again, and I know I will see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. So now let's begin your commencement. Let's begin at your beginning. This year we asked students who wanted to step to the podium to address their classmates, to share with us just what they would say on this glorious day in May. The choice didn't come easy, for we're proud of all of you. It was a combination of her words and her story and how she has found her voice here at Mount Ida that had her rise to the top of the list. This year's student commencement speaker is Michaela Dottie. She is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science in Education. Michaela is gathering what she learned both from the classroom and in her internships in the first grade classroom and after school program for kindergarten to fifth grade students. And she's heading out prepared to empower today's children for the world that lies ahead. Michaela, where are you? When you came to Mount Ida, you probably never imagined that you'd be on stage today delivering a speech to classmates. In fact, when you first came to Mount Ida, it wasn't a career as an educator that you were pursuing, but rather one in fashion. That quickly changed when you met Professor St. Germain and entered the professional studies in education in the School of Social Sciences and Humanities. You found a kindred spirit in someone who would become your mentor. At Mount Ida, you challenged yourself to become the best person you could be. Highly motivated, you inspired others and have become a student we speak of with pride. Our faculty call you a success story as a woman who has found at Mount Ida your voice and passion for teaching children. Professor St. Germain shares this. I've had the good fortune of actually observing her in the classroom and in her internships, and she brings to the children in her class an amazing amount of energy and creativity. She's exactly the role model that young children should emulate. We know your pursuit of education will not end at the entrance of Mount Ida, as you plan to continue graduate school for a master's degree and perhaps a doctorate. And this summer, there will be some lucky 3 to 9-year-olds in Marlborough who will be able to study drama with you. Your appointment as a drama teacher for a summer program allows you to combine your two loves, teaching and theater. And you have loved the theater. In fact, Wizard of Oz, I think, is your favorite play. With your passion coming through in everything we do, we send you off proudly to your path of success. We know you have nerve. You certainly have the energy and creativity to be a success. And we also know that you have a tremendous heart. Congratulations, Michaela. And we ask you now to speak on behalf of the senior class. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you all for coming today. When I started to write this speech, all I wanted to do was write something phenomenal that everyone will remember forever. I wanted it to be insightful, yet witty, and sophisticated, yet fun. I watched several commencement speeches online to try to inspire me to write something, anything. But the only thing I could think about were other assignments that I needed to get done and how exhausted I was. As I sat there struggling to stay focused and think of a topic to write about, I realized that that's what college is all about. Just a sea of never-ending, disorganized thoughts and work. Every day another assignment is assigned and another test pops up. 7 a.m. alarms snooze until 7:50, and late-night cramming turns into all-nighters. I know that I'm not the only one here who has found themselves crying at 1 in the morning, questioning if this whole college thing was for them. But I know I'm not the only one here who can say that the past 4 years were the best times of our lives. We survived the late nights, the headaches, and stress, and we're about to leave it all behind for new late nights, headaches, and stress. Just in a different setting other than our small Mount Ida community. We will no longer receive almost midnight breakfasts during finals week, or wake up 5 minutes before class and get there on time. We are the class that dealt with the chaos from Hurricane Sandy, the class that came freshman year to find Malloy Hall condemned, and the class that got to play in the snow for a week during the blizzard of 2015. We all have the memories to hold on forever as we embark into the working world. Some of us may already have a job or graduate school lined up. Some of us are already waiting on callbacks from their dream jobs or schools. And some of us are just taking the summer off because, hey, we deserve it. As cliche as it may sound, there are worlds of opportunities out there, and Mount Ida College has given us a chance to be able to explore them. I work in Dover, Mass. As an assistant teacher in an after-school program. I applied for the job last year through Mount Ida's job opening emails. When I first applied, I thought there was no way that I was qualified to work in a school already. However, Mount Ida has prepared me with all the necessary qualifications to take on all the job responsibilities. The job turned into a rewarding opportunity as I was given an internship there during my spring semester of my senior year. I truly believe without Mount Ida's help in preparing me and Mount Ida's constant job opening updates, I would have never found the best and most rewarding job that I've had so far. I know that each one of us here today are ready for whatever the future holds because Mount Ida has been preparing us every day of our college careers. 4 years ago, I enrolled at Mount Ida College in the fashion design program, and I moved into my dorm in Wingate. I had dyed my hair pink as my first adult decision, and like most 18-year-old freshmen in college, I thought I knew everything. I only lasted a semester in the fashion design program after accidentally sewing my finger to a sewing machine and attending a class field trip to New York to find out that I was more interested in finding something to eat rather than searching for fabrics. I decided fashion design was not for me. I switched my major to education, and it was the best decision of my life. For me, there is no bigger reward than teaching. I hope to one day give back to each student like the professors at Mount Ida College did for me. I was inspired by the dedication of all the professors and their passion to challenge each student and guide them for successful futures. The students and professors at Mount Ida have changed me, and I'm sure many others here today, for the better. They have made me stronger as a student, more compassionate as a friend, and more successful as a professional in the working world. Each professor was dedicated and personable, making them approachable. The interactive and friendly environment never made class at Mount Ida somewhere I had to be, but somewhere I wanted to be. For me, college was the first time that I felt like I was finally going to become someone, achieve something, and have inspired experiences. College was a place I dreamed about since the first grade, when my teacher asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. All the other students said they wanted to be firefighters or doctors. I, on the other hand, said that I wanted to be a donut maker. Now, I am sure that at the time, my 6-year-old mind was just very hungry and liked donuts a lot and thought, why not make a career out of it? However, as I have gotten older, I feel as if that question has no true answer. At the time, I wanted to be a donut maker, and today I'm graduating with a degree in education. But if each day we are growing and getting older, then how can one truly answer what they want to be when they grow up? Mount Ida has taught me to treat everyone with respect and gratitude, just like the Mount Ida community has done for me. Mount Ida has motivated me to try my best every day so that one day when I grow up, I'll have someone say they are proud of me and all of my accomplishments. Mount Ida has given me the confidence to be who I am, so that one day when I grow up, I can confidently say each day that I am proud of myself. Growing up doesn't have to mean your career choice, but who you'll be as a person. And for most, Mount Ida has influenced who we all are for the better. Although the pink hair wasn't for me, and I am nowhere near all grown up, and my love for clothes became more of a hobby, those experiences are what college is all about, and how a person is supposed to figure out who they are. Mount Ida College has given us all 4 years of knowledge, experiences, and friendships that will continue to grow stronger as we grow and change throughout our lives. Congratulations, class of 2016, we did it. Thank you. It is my pleasure to call President Barry Brown back to the podium to continue with today's ceremony.
It's now my honor to introduce Provost Ron Akey. Provost Akey will serve as the host for the portion of the ceremony with respect to awarding degrees, something you're all interested in. Provost Akey came to Mount Ida College in 2001 as an adjunct faculty member. Shortly afterwards became associate professor and then director of the School of Business. He assumed the role of vice president for academic affairs in the fall of 2012 and provost in the fall of 2014. It's my pleasure to welcome and introduce to you Provost Ronald Akey.
Thank you. Good morning. Congratulations, 2016 graduates of one of the most wonderful small colleges you can find anywhere, Mount Ida College. Congratulations. As President Brown has said, you're a class that has persevered through many trials and tribulations. But look at you. You've come through to this special day triumphant. First, I'd like you all to acknowledge the people who helped you along the way. They're seated behind you, your family, your friends, your loved ones. They've supported you, encouraged you. A big round of applause for them. Next, the people who transformed you from students who sometimes had trouble writing, often hated math, always avoided public speaking, and now today you have become educated, poised professionals, ready to take on the world. An incredible transformation thanks to our dedicated, energetic, and approachable faculty who have worked with you day in and day out. A round of applause for our faculty. I noted at the reception last night that you are a class that's been through a lot, and that adversity can, do one of two things. It either will do you in, or it'll make you stronger. And you are a class that decided it wasn't going to put you down, it was going to make you stronger. And we watched you. We watched you come together. We saw you discover each other's gifts, and we saw you use those gifts for the collective good of your class and this college. You all decided you were going to make your experience a great experience, and you were going to make this college a better place. And you all worked with us productively to do that. More special, I think, is the spirit of caring and compassion that you developed and promoted on this campus. In some ways, I think perhaps the best parts of your education came from the adversity that you faced as much as they did from the classroom. And my hope for you is that you carry those gifts with you as you continue on your journey beyond Mount Ida College. We are going to miss you dearly. As President Brown said, you're a really special class. But I want to tell you, we're going to all be watching you with pride as you carry your special gifts to the world beyond Mount Ida. Congratulations, graduates.
It's now the moment for conferring honorary degrees. Would the chairman of the board, Mike Burns, approach the podium and present our first candidate for honorary degree?
Thank you, Barry. President Brown, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present a premier advocate for innovation in the Commonwealth, Ms. Jody Rose, for Mount Ida's honorary degree.
When you enter Mount Ida, you quickly come to an intersection and have to choose which of several ways to go. Our signs outside at that intersection help bring one to their destination. For you, Jody Rose, as Executive Director of the New England Venture Capital Association, you navigate such intersections every day. As the premier advocate for innovation in the Commonwealth, you sit at many crossroads. You have taken your place at startups and venture capital firms and are there every day helping our innovative economy grow and thrive by creating and supporting all of these important connections. Committed to amplifying the voice of the Massachusetts entrepreneurial community, you work tirelessly to connect local student talent with startups. At the same time, you are on Beacon Hill working on innovation-friendly policies. You are and have come to realize that the gender gap in venture capital is a real challenge which you seek to overcome. Success will mean that women and other people of color will become more entrenched and more involved in the world of innovation. Diversity, as you note, brings more talent, and with more talent comes greater innovation. You came to your current job from the cable and telecommunications industry, which you left to join Rulala, where you led brand relationships in that corporation. You moved from there to New York City and worked in the marketing industry. Fortunate for us, you have made your way back to Boston. We are pleased that you've fallen in love with this city, and also Newton, and are leading the charge to oppose controversial non-competition laws. You have identified the need in Massachusetts to become more of a resource to the immense student talent that emerges from our institutions of higher learning. You know, as we do at Mount Ida, that we need to create a climate that will help our talented students here after they graduate. Under your leadership, we are confident that tomorrow's students will find the best place to work is right here in the Bay State, and that there will be jobs and positions for them to succeed in their careers. And it will happen because you have been there and you encourage them to move forward in the area of innovation. Jody Rose, Mount Ida College hereby presents you with its degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. We are very grateful you have joined us, and we congratulate you.
This is big. We got to get a photo, right? Photo?
Don't go away. Chairman Burns, would you present the next candidate for honorary degree?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
President Brown, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present to you a true civil activist and champion of justice, Bishop Joe Morris Doss, for Mount Ida's honorary degree.
We have another. Bishop Joe Morris Doss fights for what he believes in. He fights for minorities, for women, for children, and he has done so during his long and storied career as an attorney, a civil rights activist, and as a bishop of the Episcopal Church. We welcome you to Mount Ida College. You are a champion of justice. Your life's work has led you down many paths. You did not and do not take the easy way. You fought for justice for those on death row. You've established the National Center for AIDS in San Francisco to help combat the scourge of that disease. In 1980, at great risk, you negotiated with the communist regime of Fidel Castro to lead and rescue individuals from Cuba. You brought to bear an old World War II submarine ship called God's Mercy, and rescued 437 Cubans, most of them pardoned as political prisoners. You knew it would be an arduous journey, but their futures were at stake, and there was work to be done. After you had brought them back to the United States, you moved on. The boat lift that you undertook would become known as the Mariel Boat Lift. And as gratitude for that event, the federal government charged you with a federal conviction for trading with the enemy. Fortunately, that conviction was overturned. 35 years later, you found yourself returning on one of the first commercial flights to leave New Orleans for Havana. Bishop Doss, you are relentless in your pursuit of social justice. You've continued to work to reform not only the church, but the lives of so many. You're always there for others, as you were for those who were affected and suffered by Katrina in your adopted home in New Orleans. New Orleans and its people fill you up with many of the things you cannot live without: good food, good wine. It's a wonderful community, and you fill it with the sense of community, prayer, and family life. Today, we hope you see in our community an extension of your ideals. Bishop Joe Morris Doss, Mount Ida College hereby presents you with a doctoral degree of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, and thank you for being with us, Bishop Doss. Thank you, my dear friend.
You guys are next.
No, they're not.
Almost, almost.
No, they're not. You guys get to sit for a while. You're still up here. One minute.
One more. President Brown, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion and Global Diversity Officer for Walgreens Boots Alliance, you might know them as Walgreens, Steve Pemberton for Mount Ida College's honorary degree.
It's always a wonderful pleasure and honor to introduce our commencement speaker. This year's no exception. We have the honor of presenting to you Steve Pemberton, and as well as having Mr. Pemberton present today's commencement address to award him with an honorary degree. Home has been a special word for you. And your true home and place in society has been a journey. You've faced many trials and many adversities. For years, you did not know your identity. If somebody called you Steve Pemberton, you would not have responded. You were a young boy taken from your mother at age 3 and placed in a foster home when you were 5. For the next 11 years, you suffered in that circumstance. You were left to wander and wonder how a boy like you would fit into and succeed. Then one day, out of a neighbor's kindness, a box of books opened the door to a path that would take you where you are today. One of the country and the world's leading authorities on diversity and inclusion in the workplace, as well as a model for many others to follow. Books were always a refuge from you. You read about those who fight for what they believe in and who rejoice in victory. For you, victory was to excel in school. But one would not just be a reader. You would not just be a reader. You would become an author of words that would inspire many others to confront the wrongs that exist in our society and make them right. When you were just 1.5 years old, a caretaker said that you were a boy who would not have a chance in the world. You took a book title from that remark, your inspirational chronicle of your journey, A Chance in the World, an orphan boy, a mysterious past, and how he found a place called home has inspired so many who want to achieve and want to achieve the best. Today, you are Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion and Global Diversity Officer for Walgreens Boots, which is, in our country, Walgreens. You helped lead the first global pharmacy-led health and well-being enterprise in the world. Your organization employs 370,000 people in 25 countries. Today, Steve Pemberton, you are recognized as an expert on matters of diversity and inclusion and its importance to the sustainability of organizations and communities which they serve. The accolades pour out to you for the difference that you make. Under your leadership, Walgreens has risen to a record level of performance in nearly every measure of diversity and inclusion. You've served as a public ambassador on matters of employing people with disabilities and capacity, and have frequently represented Walgreens before Congress and visited the White House. You were appointed by the Secretary of Labor to serve on an advisory committee for the competitive integrated employment of people with disabilities. As you have risen in the ranks, you have continued to be a tireless advocate for the disenfranchised, and you have striven to make them people who are incorporated into society at large. We could go on about your publications, your appearances in the media, the work you have done inside and outside your corporation, but you are in fact a model for all of us, and we are grateful to have you here today to celebrate with our graduates. Chairman Burns, I am pleased to present Steve Pemberton with a degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Mr. Pemberton will now take this stage and deliver the commencement address.
Thank you, President Brown, for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. I have to tell you that there's a couple of times I was tempted to look around, inquiring as to whether or not it was me you were actually referring to. But thank you very much. And good morning, Mustangs. Good morning. So, President Brown and members of the board, members of the faculty and administration, parents and graduates, honored guests and graduates, and most importantly, to the Mount Ida College class of 2016, thank you for inviting me here to speak at your most magnificent commencement ceremony. It is equally important, I think, to acknowledge the hard work and efforts behind the scenes of those who have beautified this campus, whose powers extend to apparently giving us some reasonably good weather, and perhaps most importantly, a sturdy tent above us. George Bernard Shaw, the playwright and activist, and actually was a founder of the London School of Economics, had a speaker come to campus once, and he informed the speaker that he had about 15 minutes or so to deliver his remarks. The speaker, clearly a man of considerable self-importance, asked Mr. Shaw, "How can I tell them all that I know in just 15 minutes?" To which Mr. Shaw replied, "I would advise you, sir, to speak very, very slowly." So never has that lesson on speaking briefly been more important on a day like today. Commencement speakers often talk about what struggle they have in preparing what they should say. Maybe it's because commencement speakers know that deep down inside you've heard it all before, in some way, shape, or form. Most often from your proud parents and extended family who, trust me, are sitting here today trying to figure out how is it that they are here at your college graduation when you just came home from the hospital yesterday. And maybe it's the unstated job description of a commencement speaker. You ought to be brief, but be memorable. You ought to be profound, but funny. You ought to be wise, but relevant. And perhaps most importantly, you ought to be here and then be gone. See, I feel none of this pressure to be memorable because I know how impossible it is. You're going to forget about me. I'm fairly certain. And I'm cool with that, as Wiz Khalifa would say. I don't think I've ever had a university president a rap album in your future. But on this day, the truth of it is that there's so much history, so much sacrifice, so much joy and celebration. It is absolutely right that we are but mere observers. I think because years from now, what you will remember about this day is that you were never again assembled like this. You will remember locking eyes with that professor who went that extra step for you, a word of good luck from the coach who demanded and believed in your best. You'll remember that friend who was there for you in a time of need. You will remember the person who you wished could be here. You will remember your mother's embrace, your father's chest swelling with pride, a grandparent's smile. You will remember the way your younger brother or sister gazed up at you. You will remember. You remember that each thread of tassel that hangs from the crown you wear represents the dreams of those who sacrificed for you, who believed in you, who endured for you, who prayed for you. Being here this morning is more important to me than words can convey. Many years ago, I attended my own college graduation less than a mile from here. And I attended it alone, the byproduct of long-deceased parents in a society that struggled with what to do with a young African-American boy with blue eyes and blonde hair and a Polish last name who fit none of those boxes that we so often artificially create. And so as I walked across this campus today, as I saw those precious moments of joy, as I walked in here, a father hug his son. It gave me windows into what I wish could have been for me, and for that I am truly grateful. And I also hope you will understand and can forgive me for jumping into some of your family photos after the ceremony. Listen, I know I said that you would forget me, but I didn't say I was going to make it easy. Now, this is supposed to be the part where I am supposed to impart upon you some advice, but the real truth of it all is that some of my biggest successes came when I ignored the advice I was given. The most truthful advice I ever heard given to somebody about to graduate was this: don't stay here in this sanctuary. Listen to the bagpipes some more in your president's upcoming rap album. I'm expecting some royalties there, President Brown. But you know that you can't stay here. Life and time marches on, and so must you. But as you do, let me offer you not advice, but some things I've learned along the way. And even those words you should treat like my children treat a box of chocolates. Take a bite, and if you like it, it's all yours. And if you don't, well, just put it back. Maybe somebody else in the family will eat it. I want to tell you in advance that these suggestions are not all connected, and they don't have to be. So if you don't understand some of this, do what I do when you're often confused. Nod and laugh anyway, and then figure it out when you get back home. So here's some things I've learned. I've learned that nearly every successful person you'll meet did something they didn't want to do in order to get to where they needed to go. I've learned it's important to choose impact over power and prestige and popularity. I've learned that the real heroes today are not the ones on your television screens, but the ones alongside you and the ones here in the back of the room, and perhaps most importantly, the one within you. At this point in time, the most important person you should look to now is that future version of yourself. Pursue him, pursue her. There's one question you should ask yourself every day: what dream would I pursue if I knew I could not fail and I would not disappoint? Because I've also learned that it is fear, not ability, that most often gets in our way. And speaking of fear, I met a woman from New Jersey once who I immediately knew was magical. She was vacationing with her friends, and I was vacationing with mine. 24 hours later, she asked me what was my last name. And I said with great audacity and temerity that my last name is Pemberton, and one day that will be your name too. "19 years later, it remains the scariest, boldest thing I have ever said, and the wisest decision I have ever made. There are several life lessons in there somewhere, including perhaps what not to say on a first date. And for you enterprising young men out there whose eyebrows raised when I said that, never say that to a woman unless you mean it. But perhaps the most important lesson is that when you sense magic and when you see it, pursue it with all that you are. I've learned that sometimes you'll find yourself in the shadows, and oftentimes not of your creation. And believe it or not, that's okay, as long as the shadow is moving. Don't stand anywhere once you have lost the ability to learn and to grow. This is true personally, it's true professionally, and it's particularly true in your 20s. Don't try and script this thing called life. It's filled with ironic and beautiful coincidences which you cannot predict, nor should you want to. I was here last spring receiving an honorary doctorate from my alma mater, and as I approached the stage, the predominant thought in my mind was that I am the only person here who realizes that some 25-odd years prior, it was my responsibility after graduation to pack up the stage and the chairs. It never occurred to me then that I would perhaps one day be seated upon it, much as I am honored to be here as well. I've learned that while it is often said that great minds think alike, the flip side of that coin is that one of those minds is redundant. Surrounding yourself only with people who look like you and think like you robs you of one of nature's greatest gifts to humanity, and that's diversity. You should make sure that those you call leader, those you elect, those you follow, those that you become have earned that title with their actions and their commitments to others. I have this theory that one of the reasons whales end up stranded on the beach is because they're following that fool up front who swears they know where they're going. I've learned that the greatest prisoner of all are the words "I could have been" or "I should have done." And with every fiber of your being and all the strength you can muster, take every risk necessary so that those labels will never be applied to you. For the leaping is just as important as the landing. The two most powerful emotions in the human condition are love and regret, but they share something in common. You have very little say over either. But one of those emotions is God's creation, and the other is ours. I'll let you figure out which one works best. There was a boy once for whom nearly every day of his childhood was told he was dumb, ugly, broken, and beyond repair. And today that boy stands humbly before you as your commencement speaker, armed with the knowledge that we must be careful about making judgments and predictions about anyone else. And he's also still mesmerized by the fact that anybody could think that he was ugly. Don't clap at that, I'm only serious. And speaking of work, I'm very, very hopeful that here in this community where you've learned the power of service, that one of you enterprising graduates will convince social media to place a don't care button on their timelines. Remember that you came into the world as an inheritor, but you will most be measured by that which you dare to build. I've learned that the Greeks were on to something when they said the following: a society grows great when old men plant trees under whose shade they know they shall never sit. I don't think the Greeks will mind too much if we revise that to include women too. And we'll take yet another liberty and suggest that we are not old, but we're simply seasoned. I've learned that none of us look like our story, and none of us have the exact same story. But I've learned that if you look hard enough, you will find mutual chapters. I have a last assignment for you. When you get a moment, treat a grandparent or the senior most elder person in your family. Take them to lunch. Put away your phone and ask them simply to tell you their story. Use your mouth and ears in the proportion they were given to you and simply listen. And as you hear their story, you will hear the story of the world, of America, of community, of family. And you will hear your own. And in moments of doubt, that will be the direction you should take. You will often be confronted by an ethical choice, sometimes big, sometimes small. And it's possible that you might be torn as to what to do. But when in doubt, imagine going back to that lunch meeting with your grandparent or elder and having to explain to them your choice. You have another task with which you are entrusted. You have to remind America what has made her great. You will have to remind her that it was not the pursuit of material things, the embrace of the superficial, or the false god of celebrity. It was the pursuit of freedom, the relentless desire to innovate, the unyielding desire to challenge traditional borders and boundaries, the idea that we are greater than our differences, the belief that a better day was ahead. It was because words like values, courage, principle, integrity, fairness, equity, embodied in your family and faculty and staff today were not just words, but dreams that they lived by. It was truly community, and it was truly family. And lastly, I wish for you all the success in the world, not because the pageantry of this occasion demands that I do so. That, in all honesty, would be entirely too simple. I wish you success because I suspect when it is all said and done, when all your dreams have come true, when you Mustangs have found the cure for cancer and brought further peace to the world, when you have reminded America that it was her willingness to take on the challenges of her time that made her great, when you have rejected escapism, when you have created a more inclusive world, where you have pulled us out of the cynicism and tribalism that dominates our society, when you have become teachers and nurses and dentists and doctors and lawyers and entrepreneurs, when you have saved lives and changed countless others' lives, when you have given deserving children their own chance in the world, when you have become husbands and wives, mothers and fathers, and parents and grandparents, when you have accomplished all of that, I suspect that in the quiet of your own heart, you will return to these years here, to this time that you shared together at this institution that so embodies the great nation of which you are a part. I think you'll look back at these years that bonded you together, and you'll want to do it all over again because all of those successes will have taught you that you could not replicate these years, and you certainly, unequivocally, could not duplicate the people that you met here. Because when all is said and done, and that magnificent runway of your life is before you, you'll know that these people, these moments, shared here in this brief whisper of time, were the ones that truly mattered. We are, you and I, bonded by a common view of adversity, things that we too didn't create, we didn't ask for, but we responded to them in our own time and in our own place. There's a harsh reality that I face every day. I've journeyed into this world, and I'll journey from it, and I will yet not know what it's like to have a mother's touch and a father's strength beside me, but my children do, and that for me has been healing. That is, I think, the ultimate lesson of the challenges that we face. Your claim to fame is that you have made Mount Ida great again, and I agree with you. But now it is time not to stop here, to take those victories, those lessons, and carry them forth into a world that so desperately needs you. Thank you for the gift of being your commencement speaker and for bringing me into your family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for those wonderful remarks, Mr. Pemberton. Okay, graduates, there's just one more thing we have to do before we can bestow your diplomas, and that is to recognize two of our outstanding faculty members for their excellence in teaching, which has helped bring you all to this special day. So we're going to present two awards for excellence in teaching. Teaching is an art, and at Mount Ida, it's the most important thing that our faculty do. Finding the right balance to challenge students and support them and encourage them, to turn them into outstanding citizens, critical thinkers, public speakers, math whizzes, good writers. It's what makes our faculty the core of this institution and what produces the graduates we see before us today. Since 1999, the Ronald J. Lettieri Award has been presented to recognize the teaching excellence of our finest faculty members. Candidates for the Lettieri Award can be nominated by students, administration, and faculty at the college. And a committee of faculty and administrators review the nominations and awards the most deserving recipient. Our tradition at commencement is to have the prior year's Lettieri Award winner introduce this year's recipient. So I would like to ask Dr. Jackie Palmer, Department Chair of Sport Management Program, to come forward to present the Ronald J. Lettieri Award this year.
I'm very proud to introduce to you Dr. Alioune Guier, the award winner this year as a deserving educator from the Veterinary Technology Program, honored for his teaching excellence. Dr. Guier is a tenured faculty member, a researcher, and a certified animal nutritionist with a specialty in beef cattle.
Yeah, Dr. Guy!
There you go. You're the best. Right. His love of teaching, advising, and mentoring is endless. His compassion for his colleagues and students knows no boundaries. His classroom rigor forces young minds to tackle learning with frightened optimism, leading to continuous aha moments and eventual excellence in the workplace. Alioune constantly brings the best in scientific understanding, personal skill, and professional preparation to his students who say, he is challenging, he is fair, and he helps us strive for greatness in our field. Dr. Guier requires a marquee performance from each student before graduating from this nationally acclaimed program. And for that, they trust, they respect, and they appreciate his excellence for teaching and the caring commitment he brings to each of their lives. A kind heart and a great mind congratulate Dr. Alioune Guier.
In addition to our outstanding full-time faculty members, our adjunct faculty members play a really important role at this college because of our career focus in our programs. So we're delighted to bestow our second annual award for excellence in teaching for an adjunct faculty member. This year's recipient is Professor Ellen Stein. Ellen, would you please come forward? Professor Stein has been teaching at Mount Ida for a decade. She has taught ESL, English, short story, and public speaking. Her ability to help students understand the process and mechanics of good writing and to develop their own skills and confidence is extraordinary. Professor Stein is known to challenge her students to meet very high expectations. She consistently receives complimentary instructor ratings from all of her students on both a personal and professional level. To quote one student, Professor Stein has so much respect for her students and she wants us to do well. She builds confidence in us. Congratulations, Professor Stein. Will the candidates for master's degree please rise?
Now's your time.
President Brown, I am pleased to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Management.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Mount Ida College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby award the degree of Master in Science in Management with all of the rights and privileges and honors appertaining thereto. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Will the commencement host please escort the degree candidates to the stage?
Christine Chase, Management Leadership in Sport.
And then you get the diploma from, yes, stand there.
Patty Ann Doucette, Management. Jacob Luis Hernandez, Management. Molly Ladd, Management. Samantha Gabrielle Levitt, Management Leader in Sport. Jangdan Lin, Management. Despina Christina Najarian, Management. Nicole Ashley Soto, Management Leader in Sport. Marissa Lee Suarez, Management. Yvonne Tui Vo, Management Leader in Sport. Wei Lu, Management. Shifan Shu, Management.
Will the candidates for the bachelor degree please rise?
That's all of you.
President Brown, I am pleased to present the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Art, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies. Each candidate has successfully completed the course prescribed for his or her respective degree.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Mount Ida College and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby award the degree of Bachelor of Art, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies, respectively, with all rights and privileges and honors appertaining thereto, and say to each of you, congratulations. Please be seated.
Yes.
Commencement hosts will escort you
Yeah.
forward.
Hold on. The baccalaureate degree recipients are led by the class valedictorian, Cassie Durand, School of Applied Sciences. Veterinary Technology, summa cum laude. Ashley Marie Birch, School of Applied Sciences, Dental Hygiene. Jacob Boucher Cormier, Funeral Home Management. Gordon Taylor Hayner, Veterinary Technology. Joshua Keenan Ivanos, Criminal Justice. Lama Ali Alamanak, Biology. Amanda Grace Aruda, Veterinary Technology. Kyle Avery, Applied Forensic Science. Emily Ann Baum, Veterinary Technology. Denisa Burbick, Dental Hygiene. Jessica Lime Boucher, Applied Forensic Science. Erica Brogan, Veterinary Technology. Leah Michelle Carlson, Veterinary Technology. Jasmine Carr, Applied Forensic Science. Molly Noel Christian, Applied Forensic Science and Psychology. Robin Ann Conley, Dental Hygiene. Emily Jean Conti, Veterinary Technology. Katerina Carnero Costa, Veterinary Technology. Shayna DeGrace, Dental Hygiene. Rebecca Sarah DeVasto, Veterinary Technology. Morgan Dupree, Veterinary Technology. Amy Fernandez, Veterinary Technology. Sarah Ann Fotino, Veterinary Technology. James Matthew Golemi, Funeral Home Management. Patricia Cecile Goulart, Veterinary Technology. Lauren E. Grimes, Veterinary Technology. Amanda Victoria Harris, Veterinary Technology. Lauren Michelle Herbst, Biology. Megan Amanda Hernberg, Veterinary Technology. Maya Brianna Holland, Funeral Home Management. Amanda Marie Houle, Applied Forensic Science. Kelsey Lee Kuhlman, Veterinary Technology. Kaylee May Late, Veterinary Technology. Nicole Rose Lemlin, Applied Forensic Science. Denise Aramitha Lobin, Applied Forensic Science. Elizabeth Jane Lucas, Veterinary Technology. Elena Ruth Madison, Veterinary Technology. Electra Marco Giannakis, Veterinary Technology. Catherine Marshall, Veterinary Technology. Michael Jr. Martina, Applied Forensic Science. Shelby Mason, Veterinary Technology. Isabel Victoria Moody, Veterinary Technology. Jordan Ruby Moses, Funeral Home Management. Alyssa Marie Murphy, Dental Hygiene. Shannon D. Murphy, Veterinary Technology. Kimberly Ann Nye, Biology. Megan Lee Orth, Veterinary Technology. Amanda Lynn Olette, Veterinary Technology. Alexandria Sinclair Palmer, Veterinary Technology. Celine Rhea Pappas, Veterinary Technology. Brittany Margaret Pattison, Veterinary Technology. Andrea Marie Quinton, Veterinary Technology. Casey Alexandra Reardon, Veterinary Technology. Janelle Ann Roderick, Veterinary Technology. Brittany Elizabeth Serafine, Dental Hygiene. Rose Angelica Gaynor Schneider, Dental Hygiene. Unique A. Smith, Applied Forensic Science. Amanda Stanton, Veterinary Technology. Jenna Leanne Strichik, Veterinary Technology. Claudia L. Weaver, Veterinary Technology. Tiana Nicole Dixon, Biology. Harag Tamasian, Applied Forensic Science. Ashley Marie Ventimiglia, Veterinary Technology.
Next, we have the School of Business, assisted by Dean Sharon McKechnie. James Paul Ames, Sport Management. Umar Aitu, Business Administration. Nathan Tanner Barron, Sports Management, cum laude. Samantha Nicole Basler, Business Administration. Ronald Keith Regalado, Hospitality Management. Nelson Curate, Sports Management. Jamie Fernandez, Sports Management. Brandon L. Harris, Sports Management. Kristen Ho, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Derek Edmund Hopkins, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Matoko Hosoi, Business Administration, cum laude. Enos Caraville, Business Administration. Safiato Kita, Business Administration, cum laude. Jamal M. Leary, Hospitality Management. Colby James Locke, Business Administration. Zachary S. March II, Sports Management. Michael Anthony Markovich, Sports Management. Carlos Martinez Gracias, Business Administration. Utong Lin, Business Administration. Ashley E. Meacham, Equine Management. She is the last one. Last of Equine Management. That's what she wrote. Messer. J. William Messer, Sport Management. Kevin R. Neal, Business Administration. Hugh Chi Nuzin, Business Administration. Kayla O'Connell, Business Administration. Paul A. Rodriguez, Business Administration. Sean Gregory Royce, Business Administration, magna cum laude. Zachary Dean Similjan. Christian Bruce Shaheen, Business Administration. Tyree Javon Singletary, Business Administration. Dominic Hamilton Philip Spalding, Business Administration. Barama Alu Tamoda, Business Administration. Shi Uzu, Hospitality Management. Next.
The School of Design, assisted by Dean Jason Donati. Alexandra Catherine Battaglia, Graphic Design, cum laude. Barry A. Bernier, Game Art. Fatima Amira Brooks, Fashion Design, cum laude. Sarah Kane Burkhart, Interior Design, cum laude. Adriana Colon, Fashion Design. Anna M. Dobrlinska, Game Art. John Alexander Dolan, Graphic Design. Damian Alberto Ferrara Santa Maria, Graphic Design. Christina Katusha and Burley, Fashion Design. Gylan Anthony Fleming, Game Art. Selena Marie Hayter, Interior Design. Sean Quentin King, Fashion Design. Zhen Yang Li, Game Art. John Fullwood Drake Lebrano, Game Art. Candace Taylor Lorenzo, Fashion Merchandising and Marketing, cum laude. Edward C. Mouchad, Game Art. A.J. Ricketts. Colby Rogers, Game Art. Samantha L. Scattleberry, Fashion Design. Cecilia Marie Taylor, Fashion Design. Natasha Jane Tylosky, Game Art, cum laude. Austin Drew Whitehill, Game Art. Tyler Wood, Graphic Design.
Thank you.
Minzia, Game Art.
Next, the School of Social Sciences and Humanities, assisted by Dean Brad Hastings. Mariam Khalid Al-Hamadi, Professional Studies and Education, summa cum laude. Brianna Marie Barker, Psychology, cum laude. Taylor Lynn Bellavance, Criminal Justice. Caprice Blatch, Criminal Justice. Lauren Elizabeth Bradley, Child Development. Nicholas Cameron Patrick Carr, Criminal Justice. Michael R. Chatney, Psychology. Okay. Right now, the bachelor for the class speaker, Michaela Morgan Dady, Professional Studies and Education. Jasmine Marie D'Amato, Professional Studies and Education. Stephanie Doyle Grant, Psychology, magna cum laude. Michael Adam Green, Criminal Justice. Trevor Roy Hendricks, Criminal Justice. Delvin De La Rosa Hilario, Criminal Justice. Stephen J. Kaziski, Criminal Justice. Maria Melanie Lanza, Professional Studies and Education. Michael Jumar McCullough, Criminal Justice. Autumn A. Maraca, Criminal Justice, cum laude. Joao Victor Oliveira, Criminal Justice. Nicole Marie Owen, Psychology, cum laude. Benis Stephen Peguero, Criminal Justice. John A. Quinones, Criminal Justice. Erin Catherine Rigo, Psychology, cum laude. Leandro L. Ribon, Criminal Justice. John A. Riker, Criminal Justice. Faisal H. Athagalfi, Criminal Justice. Ashley Laura Marie Savino, Psychology. Alexander Nicholas Scatta, Criminal Justice. Wendell Q. Cini, Criminal Justice. James Andrew Wessel, Criminal Justice, Psychology, Political Science and History, summa cum laude. Dominique Marie Zani, Mental Health Worker Psychology.
Will the candidates for associate's degree please rise? President Brown, I am pleased to present the candidates for the degrees of Associate in Arts and Associates in Science. Each candidate has successfully completed the course prescribed for his or her respective degree.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Mount Ida College in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby award the degree of Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, respectively, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto.
Will the commencement hosts please escort the associate's degree recipients to the stage?
Flora Caroline Ellen Bedinger, dental hygiene. Farah Benoit, dental hygiene. Caitlin Barabee, dental hygiene. April Ann Capistano, dental hygiene. Taylor Davis, veterinary technology. Danielle Marie Doucette, dental hygiene. Jamie Taylor Dunner, dental hygiene, cum laude. Erin Elizabeth Fairfield, dental hygiene. Sarah Martha Gianetti, dental hygiene, cum laude. Maria Nicole Iano, dental hygiene. Allison James, dental hygiene. Sherry Ellen Jameson, dental hygiene, cum laude. Denola Yaupi, dental hygiene. Sarah Brown Jones, dental hygiene. Gabrielle Caylette, veterinary technology. Rajinder Pale Kaur, dental hygiene. Rebecca Lynn Kruger, funeral service. Lindsay Marie Laraca, veterinary technology. Justine Lindsay LeBlanc, dental hygiene. Marina Elizabeth Lucas Santos, dental hygiene. Christopher G. Marks, funeral service. Michaela Rose McDonald, dental hygiene, cum laude. Brittany Taylor McGraw, dental hygiene. Erica A. Milner, veterinary technology, magna cum laude. Aaron J. Meisen, funeral service. Olympia Panagopoulos, dental hygiene. Sienna O'Brien Pierce, funeral service. Rachel Diane Powers, funeral service, cum laude. Kelly Ann Schroeder, dental hygiene. Lauren Marie Soroy, dental hygiene. Victoria Kirsten Transegard, dental hygiene.
So is it me or you? Okay. Oh, good. Would the graduates please rise? Come on. Before you sit down, I'd like you to salute. Turn around. Turn around. Come on. All of you, turn around. I don't get to do this anymore, so I'd like you to salute your families. Your accomplishments are rooted in the support of your families, whether by birth or choice. Please give them a round of applause. All right. If you'd remain standing, I'd like you to join with us in the singing of the Mount Ida Alma Mater sung by Abby Sitt and Sarah McKnight. Following the Alma Mater, yeah, you all know the Alma Mater, don't you? Following the Alma Mater, please remain standing for the benediction is given to us by Bishop Joe Morris Doss. So now, Abby and Sarah, the Alma Mater, thank you.
As we turn the pages of our lives, the memories shared together here will never disappear. You taught us more than only books could teach. Our dreams and goals are all within our reach. Mount Ida, Mount Ida, we will always call you home. Mustang City, we cheer the green and white. Our family, our team, and our community. You taught us more than only lessons learned. The value of each friendship that we've earned. Mount Ida, Mount Ida, we will always call you home. Mount Ida, we will always call you Mount Ida. We will always call you Mount Ida. We will always call you home.
Please remain standing. Bishop Doss.
May God bless you and keep you. May the divine face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God lift eyes to you and grant you peace this day and evermore. Go in peace to love and serve God's creation. Go Mustangs!
On behalf of the entire Mount Ida College community, congratulations to all of our graduates. Our commencement ceremony is now at an end, and we invite everyone to join us in the campus center for a reception. Go Mustangs!
The 2016 commencement of Mount Ida College has concluded. Please remain seated and refrain from blocking the aisles until the platform party, faculty, and students have exited the tent. Thank you.
Thank you.